What's going on, guys? I'm David, this is Clara, and that's Jared. We did the Chaldeans, and yeah, so pay attention. There's a game at the end for everybody. Okay, so go ahead. So, the Chaldeans were often called the New Babylonian Empire, or the Neo-Babylonians. They conquered all the way to the Persian Gulf, where former Sumer was, but now it's called Chaldea. They conquered the Phoenicians, which are over near Israel, if you look like right here. They conquered what Akkad used to be like a while ago, this whole general area up in there. They conquered the Levant, which is this region here, including Phoenicia. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers were in majority controlled by the Neo-Babylonians, and they expanded their general empire to most of what we call Mesopotamia, like the central Fertile Crescent area.
The time period, in 612 BC, King Nabopolassar, he began their whole kingdom. In 605 BC, King Nebuchadnezzar came to power. He was Nabopolassar's son. And in 586 BC, Nebuchadnezzar II, he conquered Judah and the Phoenicians. In 562 BC, Nebuchadnezzar died, and Nabonidus came to power after him. Cyrus the Great of Persia, he ended up taking over the Chaldeans in 539 BC. The whole empire lasted from 626 to 539 BC. And this is the stele of Nabonidus. It was a thing found. The key figures, Nebuchadnezzar II, he was the ruler of the whole civilization for the majority of its time period. Nabonidus, he was the last king of their whole empire. Belshazzar was the son of Nabonidus, and he was the co-regent of Babylon. Nabopolassar, he was the father of Nebuchadnezzar II. And Cyrus II, otherwise known as Cyrus the Great, he was the Achaemenian king of Persia, and he was the person who conquered Babylon. That's Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay, so some significant events. King Nabopolassar came to power in 612 BC. In 605 BC, Nabopolassar died, and his son, Nebuchadnezzar II, took over power. In the Bible, it said that Nebuchadnezzar conquered Syria and Palestine in 597 BC, and they built the Hanging Gardens, which was really important.
Some of the reasons for decline were neighboring city-states and empires, such as the Persians. The area was becoming too large for the empire to control. Overall, poor leadership, because certain kings were kind of corrupt, and they didn't know how to run a nation or empire without people getting angry at them. Some of the cities became corrupt, and the inner governments of their own cities became kind of corrupt. There were revolutions in some of the smaller cities, and the empire was unable to control that. It was impossible to defend the bigger cities from neighboring empires, and overall the leadership skills were becoming poor towards the end of the empire.
Okay, so some interesting facts. Chaldean is Greek for people who lived in Babylonia, known as Kaldu. They settled before 800 BC. They adopted the Babylonian way of life, and Abraham, the patriarch of the Israelites, formed the Book of Genius and
Genesis.
Okay, and the second meaning refers to magicians and astronomers and fortune tellers, and the language was Amharic.
Thank you. Come again.